Yoga is the natural way to tone and maintain the body. It's non-competitive, and you need no special equipment. And most importantly, it makes you feel wonderful. Nothing makes more sense during the day than to deliberately change the pace, to stop, to stretch the body, to take 10 deep breaths, and to turn the focus away from outside concerns and turn inward to that quiet place deep inside. This tape is a compilation of 12 short segments designed to do just that. We call them stress breaks. Part 1 is a warm-up and breathing exercises, and Part 2 takes you through classic yoga poses and series of poses designed to improve your strength, flexibility, balance, and stamina. Do this tape at least 3 times a week for maximum benefit. And Part 1 can be used in the morning as a great wake-up or in the evening for a nice night's sleep. In yoga, we've always used breathing as a warm-up. So any yoga class you take, the first part will be devoted to pranayama, or breathing exercises. And today I'm going to show you 2 breathing exercises. I'm very inspired, you know, because we're here in Santa Barbara, California, at the Natural History Museum. And I love this spot. It's very peaceful. The minute you arrive in Santa Barbara, you start to relax. The air is good. The scenery is certainly beautiful. So pay attention now as we do these basic breathing exercises. They work no matter where you live and no matter what you do. Place your feet together and stand nice and straight. Let's think about the posture. Extend the spine right up through the top of the head. Relax in the shoulder area. The stomach's gently drawn in low at the point between the hip bones, and your tailbone is tucked under so you have support for your lower back. Press the palms flat together at the center of the chest. This is called temple breathing. Lock your thumbs. Let me show you that. Lock thumbs so that the hands stay pressed together. And as you inhale now, draw your arms right up by your ears. Keep the mouth closed, the throat open, and stretch long like a string bean stretch. Now open your mouth wide and exhale, wing the arms down. And relax. As these arms float down from the sides, make sure that you don't lose your posture and let your body drop. Keep the extension up through the back. Once again, let's press palms. Lock thumbs, inhale and stretch up. Pull your arms way back by your ears. Keep the chin high and exhale. Many people have asked me about that wide open mouth exhalation that I teach, and that's a beginning level breathing. The reason I do that is to make you more conscious of listening to your breath and feeling how the breath rushes out of the throat. That's breath of fire. Keep the throat relaxed. It's like cleaning your sunglasses. Wide open mouth. Let's move on now to temple breathing 2. This is a little more difficult. The arms will rest at the sides. Watch your posture. As you inhale, and we see a side view now, you'll lift up high on the toes. Reaching high. From the side, you'll see that I'm in line. I'm holding my balance. Then very slowly lower your heels, bring your body forward, and relax. For you beginners, gently bend the knees. If you've worked your body a little bit more, keep legs straight and relax. Place your hands at the calf muscle behind the leg. Just gently press the body a little closer. If you're at a beginning level, knees are bent. Press. And release. Bend the knees slightly and roll the spine up to stand. And lift the head. Now, I know it's very difficult to look at the TV screen, to listen to what I'm saying, and follow along, but please try now, once again, as we do temple breathing 2. Let's stand facing me nice and straight. Keep the mouth closed, the throat open. Inhale up on the toes. Hold your balance. Shoulders are down. Reach high. Hold. Then very slowly lower your heels, bring your body forward, and relax. For you beginners, gently bend the knees. If you've worked your body a little bit more, keep legs straight and relax. Place your hands at the calf muscle behind the leg. Just gently press the body a little closer. If you're at a beginning level, knees are bent. Press. And release. Bend the knees slightly and roll the spine up to stand. And lift the head. Lateral stretching not only works to keep your waist slim, but it helps to increase the circulation to your internal organs. Lateral stretching not only feels good, but it's very beneficial for the back. Remember, if you're bending forward thinking about flexibility, you must also remember to do a 360-degree stretch of the spine. That means the side bending as well as gentle backward bending. Now, the reason lateral stretching is so beneficial is because of this. The kidneys and many of the internal organs rest right here to either side of the spine at the middle and lower back. And as you do this pose, you begin to massage and increase the circulation to these areas. So it's very beneficial to create a state of total health. Let's try a basic position by separating the feet in a comfortable open leg position, toes turned to the front. In this open leg position, don't sit down into your body. Lift way up. Feel extended and balanced. And now bring the left arm up by your ear. We're going to slowly be stretching to the right as you slide the right hand down the right leg. Don't go down too far. Think up and out. And now breathe and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale and come up and down. And change. Right arm up and stretch to the left. Think about keeping the chest open, the chin lifted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, come up. Place your feet together. Now you might feel a tingling sensation or a pressure in your lower back, so just gently twist from side to side. Breathe into that area and let it go. That's the basic position. That's a triangle lateral stretch. Let's continue now doing something a little more difficult, the half moon series. Your feet will be together, legs together, stomach drawn in, tailbone under. Lift right out of the top of the head and bring the arms up to accentuate this. Press the palms flat, lift, reach, and stretch. Inhale now. As you exhale, drop your body directly to the right. Look straight here at me. Keep the arms pulled back by the ears, and we'll hold 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, pull up slowly. Be careful. Exhale, drop the body to the right. And stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Inhale, pull up. Arms come down to relax. Once again, gently twist from side to side. This is very easy to do if you look directly at me into the television screen and we follow along. Now you may feel that tingling sensation and an increase in circulation because you can feel the heat at your back. Remember this, don't make this common mistake. As you bend to the side, don't let your chin drop, your arms hang, and jam your back. Think down into your spine. That's improper. You want to be lifted up and open, pulling back with the arms head high as you slowly drop to the side. Can you remember that? Remember now, in side bending, be very careful, breathe deeply, and stay in the position for at least 8 counts. You increase it as your practices increase. Let's go back to the basic position now as we close this segment. Legs are separated, and left arm comes up. Reach high. Stretching out to the right. Feel open. Feel the energy. Reach and stretch out, and reach. The next series of poses is done lying on the floor. So at this point, a mat, beach towel, or small blanket should be laid out to protect you from the floor. Come on down and please join me on the floor. Bending the knees, placing the feet flat. This is a basic move. Feet are flat and slightly separated. Palms are up, arms are walked down so the shoulders are dropped away from the ears. You'll feel your spine in line on the floor. As you inhale, slowly bring the left leg up to the chest. Reach up, interlock the fingers, and place them right there where you feel the kneecap protrude. Now you are very gently and with the breath going to press the knee close. Don't strain and stop at the point if you feel pain. When the knee feels close, slowly slide the other leg, that'll be the right leg, out and push through the heel. Turn the toes straight up as you press. Hold in this position. Now remember, don't force the position. Think about keeping the neck extended, the back flat into the mat, and breathe deeply. Mouth is closed, throat is relaxed. Then very slowly release and come back to your starting position, knees bent and feet flat. Changing the leg now. Right leg comes up to the chest. Interlock the fingers. Inhale, and as you exhale, first press the knee to the point of maximum stretch, and then slide the leg out. Extend out of the hip. Do what you can. Press and breathe. Shoulders are down. And release, coming back to the starting position. Now you can hold these positions. In fact, the most benefit comes from the holding of Hatha Yoga positions or asanas. So you can stay there from 10 seconds all the way up to about 45. And then finally, the third position is both knees lifted up to the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders off of the mat, reach up, wrap the arms around and grab opposite elbows so that you're in a tight ball, and hold for a moment. Then slowly bring your head back down to touch. The chin will be slightly higher, and very slowly breathe into it and try to extend the neck. Do not release the grip on the elbows. Press the shoulders down. Feel as if you're pressing the spine, the entire spine, from the top of the head to the tailbone into the floor, and breathe. Then release and come back to your starting position. Now remember, if you have chronic back problem, you may not be that flexible, and so for that third position, just easing the knees a little closer to the chest with the hands will do it. When you're working with back pain, you have to listen very carefully to what is going on inside the body. Draw your attention from all the outside concerns that you have and go inward. Try to feel for the pain, feel for the discomfort, and feel for the maximum stretch. And as well, concentrate your mind on your breath. That's really where the benefit comes in any pose that you'll do in Hatha Yoga. The combination of the breath and the movement. Come on down now. Once again, totally relax into the mat. Palms are up. As you lift the left leg, interlock the fingers. Now you are very gently and with the breath going to press the knee close. Don't strain, and stop at the point if you feel pain. When the knee feels close, slowly slide the other leg, that'll be the right leg, out and push through the heel. Turn the toes straight up as you press. Hold in this position. Now remember, don't force the position. Think about keeping the neck extended, the back flat into the mat, and breathe deeply. Mouth is closed, throat is relaxed. Then very slowly release and come back to your starting position, knees bent and feet flat. Changing the leg now. Right leg comes up to the chest. Interlock the fingers. Inhale, and as you exhale, first press the knee to the point of maximum stretch, and then slide the leg out. Extend out of the hip. Do what you can. Press and breathe. Shoulders are down. And release, coming back to the starting position. Now you can hold these positions. In fact, the most benefit comes from the holding of Hatha Yoga positions or asanas. So you can stay there from 10 seconds all the way up to about 45. And then finally, the third position is both knees lifted up to the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders off of the mat, reach up, wrap the arms around and grab opposite elbows so that you're in a tight ball, and hold for a moment. Then slowly bring your head back down to touch. The chin will be slightly higher, and very slowly breathe into it and try to extend the neck. Do not release the grip on the elbows. Press the shoulders down. Feel as if you're pressing the spine, the entire spine, from the top of the head to the tailbone into the floor, and breathe. Then release and come back to your starting position. Remember, the wind relieving series is good basic back care. It's also an excellent series for women of any age to practice because of the increased circulation to the female organs, and it's a great way to help stimulate sluggish digestion. Now let's move on to the gate pose with a focus on loosening tight hip sockets and stretching the entire leg. The gate is a wonderful stretch before that morning jog or tennis game. As you continue your practice of yoga, one way to keep from becoming bored with your practice is to put different poses in combination. So today on the Hatha Yoga Stress Break, we put two poses together, one called the gate, which is very good for the waist area, for massaging the internal organs, and then a leg stretch, which is very good if you like to play tennis or run, because it's a complete stretch for the back of the leg, lower spine. So come on, please join me and come down on your knees on a padded surface. When up on your knees, you want to make sure that the shoulders are riding right above the hips and that the hips are level. Level yourself out and lift up out of the waist. The neck is long and graceful. As you extend the left leg out to the side, look straight into the television screen now and do it along with me so that the left leg is out. Right arm leads up high right by the ear. Feel the lift through the center of the body and simply slide down. Left hand at the outside of the left leg, and go to the point of maximum stretch. Keep your shoulders open, hips open, center the chest straight to me, and breathe. That's 4. Breathing. That's 8. And 10. Inhale, come up. Now change the position. As you lower the arm, you're going to twist and turn hips and shoulders to face over the extended leg. Turn your toes straight up. Reach back, grab opposite elbows. Keep the chin high and fold at the hips as you stretch. Stop at any point when you feel maximum stretch into the leg and breathe. Don't let the back round. Keep breathing and stretching and breathing and stretching. Keep the toes turned up. Then drop the head, round the back, and return to both knees. How'd that feel? Take a little break now. Gentle twisting through the back. Breathe a little bit, and let's continue now. Working on the right side, up on the knees, watch the posture. Right leg extends out. Left arm leads high and by the ear. Remember now, think of the center of the chest, the navel, shoulders, and hips. Keep them front. Don't bounce and don't strain. And reach. Reach with that upper arm. Open the waist area. Stretch up with the chin. That's 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, coming up. As you lower the arm, change your position. Toes turn upward, shoulders and hips change and are riding straight out over the extended leg. Reach back, grab opposite elbows. Keep your chest open, the chin high. Breathe and stretch. You'll notice as you do this that one leg is definitely tighter than the other. Just keep breathing and stretching. And breathe. That's 8, 9. Lower your head, drop. Stretch, round the back, and come up with a wave-like action to once again sit back on your heels and relax. Move the back, breathe, and let go of any tension. Next is a series designed to loosen a tight upper body and counteract tension. But if you have had whiplash or neck surgery, be very moderate in your movements and never force if you feel pain. It's so very difficult during the day to remind yourself not to become too tense. We all do it, and we all have this. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you begin to feel very tired and the beginnings of that headache coming on. Well, I have some good news for you today in the Hatha Yoga Stress Break. You can use yoga to release that tension, and you can bring your concentration to your breathing, and those two things, the motion and the breath, will release the tension from your body that you've accumulated all day, and you'll avoid that headache. But remember, you have to do it before the headache sets in. Why don't you sit now, relax, and watch me do the series. Seated back, Japanese style, up nice and straight. Just relax the body forward, folded from the hips. Let the forehead touch. Relax. Breathe deeply now, mouth closed. Inhale, round the spine. Up. Exhale, arch the back, drop the head. Straighten the back, lift the head. Slow rotations of the head. Forward to the right. And back. And left. And forward, reverse. To the left, keep breathing. And back. And right. And forward. Lift the head, keep the back straight. Bend at the elbows, touch the top of the shoulder. Let's release the upper body tension now. Inhale, elbows ride very high. And winged way back. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And back. 1 more time. And back. And relax the arms. The last motion, reach back, interlock the fingers, lock the arms straight, chest expander. Let the head drop forward, chin to the chest. Let the body fold forward. Very gently now, be careful. As you lift hips off the heels, gently let yourself roll to the top of the head, and now pull the arms up as high as you can. Now, once again, remember, if you have had whiplash or neck surgery, be very moderate in this motion or drop this motion from your practice. Round the spine, inhale, and exhale fully. Let's try it one more time. Just relax the body forward, folded from the hips. Let the forehead touch. Relax. Breathe deeply now, mouth closed. Inhale, round the spine. Up. Exhale, arch the back, drop the head. Straighten the back, lift the head. Slow rotations of the head. Forward, to the right. If your neck feels stiff as you roll, try lifting the shoulders just a half an inch. Forward, reverse. To the left, keep breathing, and back, and right, and forward. Lift the head, keep the back straight. Bend at the elbows, touch the top of the shoulder. Let's release the upper body tension now. Inhale, elbows right very high, and winged way back, and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And back. 1 more time. And back. And relax the arms. The last motion, reach back, interlock the fingers, lock the arms straight, chest expander. Let the head drop forward, chin to the chest. Let the body fold forward. Very gently now, be careful. As you lift hips off the heels, gently let yourself roll to the top of the head, and now pull the arms up as high as you can. There's a tiny bit of pressure on that acupressure point at the top of the head. Arms down, hips to heels, round the spine, inhale, and exhale fully. Remember to keep your eyes open throughout that series. You're breathing deeply. You're doing the motions as fully as possible without forcing and jamming the neck and the shoulder area. And hopefully, if you repeat this several times, you release enough tension so that you won't get that headache. Let's take a moment now to relax. Come to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. And for a moment, draw the focus to your spine, stretching the spine nice and straight. Let the shoulders drop down and away from the ears. Relax the throat. And bring your awareness to the breath. And with every breath, let go. A deep inhalation, a full exhalation. And with every breath, let go. Feel the tension draining out of the body. And breathe. And relax. And now let the breath help to bring you back from that very relaxed place as we find ourselves at the end of part 1 and ready for the more challenging work of part 2. Let's turn the focus of the mind now to a pose to help increase the flexibility and freedom within the body. One of the benefits of Hatha Yoga over other forms of exercise is the fact that you exercise very slowly and thoughtfully. In that way, you're always protecting yourself against injury. Today on the Hatha Yoga Stress Break, we're going to deal with 2 forward stretches that really do protect the back as you perform them. So please, I encourage you to come on and take your shoes and socks off and join me here. Let me turn to the side so that you'll be able to see. Watch first now as we do a back protected forward stretch, bend the knees slightly, slide your hands down, and place them right below the knees, about 2 inches below the kneecap. Let the head hang for a moment and relax. Then gently press back and straighten the legs if possible. Now, for some of you, you'll not be able to straighten the legs, so breathe into it, and eventually those legs come nice and straight. The next movement is to think of the back. Start at the tailbone and gently press, flatten, and extend the back nice and straight. You can hopefully see the movement in my back as I extend so that the top of the head and the tailbone are in line. The stomach is drawn in gently to protect the back, and you hold. Kneecaps lifted, thighs tight, stretching, extending. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then bend the knees, drop the head, round the back, relax. Slide the hands up the legs and return to a nice, proper standing position. There you go. It's a very subtle movement, but when it's performed properly, you can feel the opening action into the hips, into the lower spine, and of course you feel that stretch at the back of the legs. Come on now and do it with me. As you slide the hands and bend the knees gently. Hold below the knee. Keep breathing now as you press back into the legs first. Now the spine. Press it into line. Push low into the back. Kneecaps lifted, thighs tight, and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend the knees, drop the head, and return to stand. Now that's really a very good basic stretch. We'll move on now and do something a little more difficult, but still very protective of the back. I want you to bend your knees about 6 inches and drop your body forward. Place your chest and your stomach right down on the top of the thighs. Reach back behind your leg and hold down on your heel, index finger very close to the floor. My elbows are locked behind my calf muscles. Drop the head, keep the eyes open. Inhale, exhale, push your tailbone up, but do not release the grip. Keep pulling on the heels and do what you can. Now, in the beginning, you'll not be able to get the legs straight, but with consistency and practice, eventually the legs draw straight. Elbows are locked. Pull on the heels. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend the knees, round the spine, and return to stand. Let's try it one more time. I want you to bend your knees about 6 inches and drop your body forward. Place your chest and your stomach right down on the top of the thighs. Reach back behind your leg and hold down on your heel, index finger very close to the floor. My elbows are locked behind my calf muscles. Drop the head, keep the eyes open. Inhale, exhale, push your tailbone up, but do not release the grip. Keep pulling on the heels and do what you can. Now, in the beginning, you'll not be able to get the legs straight, but with consistency and practice, eventually the legs draw straight. Elbows are locked. Pull on the heels. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend the knees, round the spine, and return to stand. Remember that in the practice of yoga, you do not want to grow impatient. It may take a while to do the full pose, but if you stay with it, if you're gentle with yourself, if you're generous with yourself, eventually you'll be able to do the complete pose. Now to a warm-up for the entire body and a chance to practice more deep breathing. Salutation to the Sun is a series of 12 poses done one after the other, just like a dance, with full, deep inhalations and complete open-mouthed exhalations. And let's begin. Standing with the feet together. Posture is perfect. Inhale and exhale. And press palms on the inhale. Lock thumbs all the way up, still inhaling, back bend. And exhale, press forward. Hands in line with the toes. Inhale, right leg back, knee touches. Press the weight forward. Sustain the breath, plain position. Tailbone and top of the head in line and hold. Exhale, lower knees, arch the back, chest to the thumbs, chin. Inhale, slide through to a nice cobra. Exhale, here we go. Push off, downward facing dog. Extend the spine, stretch through the shoulders. And inhale, right leg comes forward to a nice lunge. Exhale, slide left foot to join the right foot for the full forward stretch. Inhale, hands peel off the floor. Round the back up to a nice stretch, all inhaling, back stretch. Exhale, press palms. Inhale, relax arms at the sides. Let's do it again. Standing with the feet together. Posture is perfect. Inhale and exhale. And press palms on the inhale. Lock thumbs all the way up, still inhaling, back bend. And exhale, press forward. Hands in line with the toes. Inhale, right leg back, knee touches. Press the weight forward. Sustain the breath, plain position. Tailbone and top of the head in line and hold. Exhale, lower knees, arch the back, chest to the thumbs, chin. Inhale, slide through to a nice cobra. Exhale, here we go. Push off, downward facing dog. Extend the spine, stretch through the shoulders. And inhale, right leg comes forward to a nice lunge. Exhale, slide left foot to join the right foot for the full forward stretch. Inhale, hands peel off the floor. Round the back up to a nice stretch, all inhaling, back stretch. Exhale, press palms. Inhale, relax arms at the sides. How'd you do? Did we all end up in the same spot? I hope so. It's really interesting when you go to piece yoga poses together, because yoga is so much holding a position for a moment. That's why Salutation to the Sun is so appealing to so many people, and it's also tremendously appealing to those people that do not practice yoga. Salutation to the Sun is a great conditioning exercise. You can use it to support any other activity that you enjoy doing. It really does work. It's thoughtful exercise, and I must add that it's very beautiful when you piece it together. Looking for a way to eliminate upper body tension and improve your posture? I have the perfect pose for you. It's called the fish. Come on down and join me. As you bend the knees, place the feet flat and relax on your back. Be aware of the spine now for a moment. We're just going to roll the body from side to side and place hands, arms, palms up underneath the body. So you're resting on your arms. Extend the legs straight. Even in this position, you'll feel a lot of expansion into the chest. If this is too much for you, you want to stay right here and breathe very deeply into the upper chest. Let me see if I can illustrate high into the chest, a deep breath. Swell that area and then exhale. If you do fine with that, then let's continue. All you have to do is arch your back, bend your elbows, and just let your head hang back. Release the tension in the jaw and neck and support your body with the elbow area. Legs are straight and together, toes are pointed. Now breathe deeply into the upper chest. Swell the upper body. And exhale. Let's do one more thing while we're up in the fish. Open the mouth wide as you can. And close lower teeth in front of upper. And open wide, and close. Then slowly lift your head, look at your toes. Round your back, release your elbows, and come on down, release the arms. And now relax for a moment, close the eyes, and breathe deeply. Oh my gosh, does that feel good? I hope you were able to do it along with me. I know it's tough sometimes to watch the television screen, to listen to me, to follow me, and to do the posture as well. We're going to repeat it. But I hope if you were able to do it that you did feel a lot of stretch here through the upper chest, in through the neck, the jaw area. It really does help you to relax your entire upper body. I can really feel the difference right now. Come on down, let's do it again. The fish. I like this one. Relax on your back. Roll the body from side to side. Palms are up. Now just roll straight arms right underneath and straighten the legs. This is the very beginning part. You'll take deep breaths here. Now let's move on. Inhale. Arch the back and up on the elbows, let the head go. And breathe deeply. The mouth is slightly open. Throat is relaxed. Open the mouth wide and close and open and close. Lift the head, look at your own toes. Release the elbows and relax. Classic yoga pose, the cobra, is next. We saw it before as part of salutation to the sun, but let's go over the fine points and slow it down to gain maximum therapeutic benefits. Come on down and join me as we do preparation for the cobra. You're on your stomach, on the floor. Gently padded surface, not on a bare floor. And I want you to come up on your elbows. Lift up on the elbows, have them supported directly under the shoulder, elbow under the shoulder area, hands into the floor in front, and you're going to look straight ahead. Press down on your shoulders and feel the neck grow long, very swan-like. The jaw is relaxed, the toes are pointed, the buttock muscles are squeezed tight to protect your lower spine. And we're just going to rotate the head, just swivel it around and look over your left shoulder. Chin over the shoulder, stretch. Go to the point of maximum stretch, not pain. And sweep through the center, and changing, sweeping to the right. And center. Now lower the chin only down toward the chest. Keep the back of the neck nice and long and stretch through that upper body. And face straight to the front. You'll want to repeat that several times, and that really works the tension out of the upper body. This is especially essential if you work at a desk all day long where this posture problem comes up more often. Now let's move on to the basic cobra. The hands are going to be placed right into the sides of the body, thumbs touching right into the sides of the chest, all fingers together, elbows tucked tight into the body, legs are together and strong, buttock area is tight. Touch the forehead for a moment and turn the concentration inward and think of the spine. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, lift the face straight to the front, lead with the chin. And now lift the upper body only. The hands are just there for balance. You're using your back muscles to arch up as much as you can. Nice arch in the back. Keep the abdomen on the floor. Don't lift up too high. Keep the abdomen down. And hold and breathe, elbows tucked. And slowly release. Touch the forehead down. And relax for a moment as you look up here. So that's really it. It's a very subtle movement. You're thinking of opening and lifting the sternum as you gently tuck those elbows in tight. The tighter that you can hold the elbows into the body, the more you will pinch the shoulder blade area at the back. The more you will improve the flexibility of your back and expand the upper chest. And those are the two things that you're working for. Spinal flexibility and a deep lung area open from the very top to the very bottom. The cobra squeezes tension from the neck, shoulders, chest, and upper back. It improves breathing, it helps to correct slumped shoulders, and it builds strength in the upper and middle back. At this point, let me show you a technique to relieve a tight, tense back and a chance for a little breather. You'll sit back on your heels with your knees together and back straight. This is called sitting Japanese style, and it's very good to stretch through the top of the legs and to stretch the tension out of the foot and toe area. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to do a relaxing movement. I want you just to bring your body forward. Let me bring my other arm forward so that I can show you the spot where the concentration is going to be drawn for the breath, right here into the back of the waist. Place your hands back there, and now take a nice deep breath. Keep the mouth closed and try to fill that area with air. Inhale. Breathe into the back and hold, and exhale. Once again, try to really make this area fill and move. Inhale. And exhale. Relax for a moment. Round your spine. And slowly come up to sit back, Japanese style, once again. Doesn't that feel good? That's called back breath, and you can do that's very, very therapeutic. Rest forward and breathe into the back. Now let's move on to the half tortoise. You're seated back very straight. Watch me first. Let me do it for you once. Arms draw up right by the ears. You're constantly pulling the arms back and keeping the chin lifted. My hands are flat together, my thumbs are locked, and I'm thinking up through my fingertips. Very slowly with control, I'm going to tip the body forward, keep my hips and heels close, let the body round to touch fingertips, and now I'm sliding forward. I'm thinking forward out of the fingertips. Forward is touching, I'm stretching forward, and I'm sitting back at the same time. And you hold, breath is flowing. And now inhale and slowly round the spine. As soon as possible, lift the chin, pull the arms back with control, reach high, and arms down. And relax. It's a deep bowing pose. You want to keep the breath flowing, and you want to think of shooting the energy straight out of the fingertips, at the same time sitting back into your heels. And what happens is you decompress the spine. You're opening the spine up from the very top to the very bottom. Come on now, please, and join me. As the arms come up from the sides, press the palms flat, lift, reach and stretch way up. Chin stays high. Stretch out, bend from the hips. Good. Now let the back round and touch fingertips and begin to shoot the energy out of the fingertips. Sit back and stretch into the shoulder. Now breathe. And hold. Keep stretching. Coming up now. Slowly inhale. Back is rounded immediately. Use the strength in your back. Reach high. Lift up. And arms down. And relax. Even though there isn't a lot of movement in the pose, and even though it appears to be very simple, when you do it properly, you can feel that you're working this area of the back, which is very important, the area at the back of the waist to either side of the spine. And what that does is it builds the strength in the proper part of your back to release the tension in the upper back and the lower back. So you're being very therapeutic. It's a therapeutic treatment for the spine.
Now bring yourself up slowly to stand with your feet together in preparation for the classic yoga pose, the tree.
Come on, please, and join me. Come on down on the floor. Take your shoes and socks off and stand very straight. Watch your posture. Feel as if the spine is in line. Extending right out the top of the head with the energy. Feel a real lift through the neck area and a relaxation through the shoulder area. Now, hands are placed at the sides. I want you to just gently lift the arms and lift one leg out to the side. You're just holding, breathing. Keep the chest lifted, very steady, and breathe. And relax. Let's try it going the other way on the other side. Here we go. Arms lift slowly, one leg. Point the toe. Lift through the body. And release. The key to these poses is to hold absolutely still, just like the tree behind me, still in time with the breath flowing. Let's move on now to a little bit more intermediate pose. I'm going to be lifting my left leg, sliding my foot right to the inside of the leg and stopping at the inside of the knee. I'm pressing back against this knee so that you feel an opening in the hip area. My standing leg is straight, my kneecap is lifted. Moving up my body, my stomach is drawn in, the body is lifted, and then I'm gently pressing my hands together at the center. This is called prayer hands. Press down on the shoulders. Very pretty, very straight, very still. And relax, slide the foot down. Let's try on the other side. Remember, feel the lift right up through the top of the head as you do this. Once again now, the right leg sliding up to the inside of the knee. Press back against that knee. I'm using my hand to help me get the sensation. Then the stomach is pulled in. The chest is open. Hands gently pressed in prayer hand position, shoulders down, and breathe. And relax. Good. Take a little relaxation here for a second. These poses are wonderful. Not only do they help you with your balance, but they help you with the concentration. If you focus your mind down on one thing, doing the pose, then all other concerns and worries just fly right out of your mind. So it's one point of concentration that helps the mind to become still. Let's move on now to a more intermediate pose. My left foot's going to slide up to the front. I'm going to reach down, pick it up, pull from underneath and pull it high on my body to stretch. Now I'm beginning to feel the stretch in through my hips. And very slowly I'm going to place it high on the opposite thigh. Press back against that knee. That keeps the foot there. If you're having a problem with the foot sliding, you can hang on with the opposite hand. In this case, it's my right hand to my left foot. And then gently touch the center of the chest. I'll do prayer hand position. If you can hold this steady, then we'll combine it with temple breathing. As you inhale, stretch up high. And exhale. Hold. And slide the foot down, release. Roll the feet a tiny bit, the ankles. I always feel pressure in my supporting leg. As you do this, you have to keep the concentration high. As we close this segment, please join me on the right side as we complete the tree pose with temple breathing. Slide the foot up nice and high and hold. Press pause. Inhale.